So good morning. Welcome to my channel. It's the first time you're here. Welcome. Have a seat. Enjoy. This is just another vlog video. I do quite a few of those, especially here in the last several months, because I find it interesting because the way my body has been doing, and I have seem to have a lot of weird like ailments, health wise. So that is why I make these videos. But you don't have to absolutely watch them because that's not going to be 100% of what my channel is about. Right now, it seems that's the majority of what I've been posting, but that is not what my channel is going to be about. I am working on finishing up a book, and then when I finish that book up, then I've already started doing research on the book I'm reading and the story that I've been reading. It's a true crime, and it took place in the 80s, so I'm working on that. So it's gonna take me a minute because I haven't actually got into it yet. I just been researching and reading, and it's very, very dense. So yeah, so that's what my actual videos will be mostly about. And then whatever comes up, I guess. Um, so anyway, so good morning. I just woke up. I'm sorry if I sound groggy. I woke up not too long ago. My mother-in-law woke me up, and because today's Starbucks bread cup day, we missed the bear, which I don't know if I'm happy about that or not. By the way, you guys like my shirt? Surprisingly, this actually came from Timu. Go figure. I usually try not to support Timu because of their work practices, but I'm sorry, I'm not paying $50, $60 for some festive PJs. So, I took my chances. I bought a couple, so it is what it is. Anyways, so, um, today I have my regular routine therapy. I'm actually about to take my morning meds, so bear with me in between talking. So you're gonna be with me to take those. I'm one of those people that I cannot take pills like all my pills at one swallow because there's this my mindset is like, what if one doesn't go down? What if I forget one, or what if it gets stuck or goes on the wrong pipe? I don't know. But anyways, and I'm sorry if I look really rough this morning. Like again, I woke up not too long ago. So, but anyways, so I'm popping my morning meds. So if you give me just 1 second, and then I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So this is my caramel brulee. It typically comes. This is a grande. Typically, I usually order ventis, but I mean, I can get. Only time I order really a tall is when I order chai because it's too strong. I can't have that much at one time, and I only order a chai when my throat is really hurting me or I feel my stomach feels a little upset or something. All it is basically really strong black tea. Like I said, I may order it once every 2 years or something like that. Um, and this last go around when my throat was killing me, I did order some. But anyways, so this is the Grande Caramel Brulee. It typically comes with 2 shots, and I think like whole milk or 2% milk or something like that. I got it. I cannot handle that many shots, especially first thing in the morning. No, because I'm very sensitive to caffeine, and I have not been like that. I used to be the girl that takes 4 shots every morning. I'm running, I'm good. I used to go work out, and then, all that on empty stomach. Got COVID. No. After I had COVID, which was in 2021, I can't handle shots no more. I can't handle I can handle caffeine, but it's got to be either the right perfect timing for me to have it, or I got to baby it all day long, or I can only have it to a certain amount. I mean, it's like otherwise I'm feel like I'm going to be in the hospital. It literally it gives me heart palpitations. I feel weird. I feel wonky. I feel like I'm gonna pass out. It's just like, yeah. And then I notice that my breathing gets shallow. So typically, like I said, this comes with 2 shots. I get it with one. And instead of the regular milk. I get it what's called breve or something like that. And all that is half and half. They use half and half cream instead of the regular milk. So, I mean, it sounds bougie when you say, I want breve. No, you're breve, no. Just say you just want it with half and half if you wanted to. You don't have to say that word. It's just a fancy word for half and half if you don't know the lingo. But yeah, I mean, what the half and half does, it basically makes it a little bit more, it gives you like, it's a little bit more fattening, but it becomes more of feels not only so much of like a part of your meal, but it also becomes, it's a lot more creamier. And if you get it for with like a mocha or some chocolate, I sometimes, when I make hot chocolate here, I use a half and half. Instead of using milk or water, I use half and half and I steam it because it makes it not kind of thicker, but it makes it feel like more like a dessert, like it's a treat. It makes it rich. So that's what I do. Anyway, so that's what this is. And today was the, what do you call it? The Red Cup Day. Starbucks sends out every year. And so I sent my mother-in-law out to get them because she's usually out anyways, taking my brother to his day center. So, around this time in the morning. So I'm just like, okay, I was like, while you're out, you're passing by at least 3 Starbucks, I was like, can you, don't mind wanting to stop by, can you grab me a red cup? Typically, I used to be the one standing there right in line and doing all stuff. I don't care about staying in crack of dawn, staying in line. I'm past that. I'm over 40. If you're over 40 and you're doing this, you better be doing it because you're reselling and making money, or you better be doing it because you're giving it as a gift, like a Black Friday thing, or what. But if you're just doing it just to have it, you're the problem. What's wrong with this world with consumerism, because that is ridiculous. It's like there's better things you can do with your time and your money. I'm not, no way in heck I would spend $30 on any Starbucks cup. Even the regular nice ones that are pretty. I know. I'll wait till they go on clearance. If it's meant to be, it'll go on clearance, and then I'll get it. I'll pay maybe up to $15, $16. But I am not gonna, no. I'm not paying no $30 for a plain glass bear with a green hat on it. I barely paid $15 years ago. I think when my daughter was little, I used to wanted to collect these Starbucks bears, the actual plush bears, and I did buy one, and I still put them out every year because it's a Christmas one. I put them out every year, and I think it says like 2011 on the bottom of his shoe, but yeah, I think I may pay $15 for them, and it's only because they said like if you spend, I think $10, you can get them for like I think half price or something like that. I don't know. I know I wouldn't have paid full price. I know because that's not me when it comes to things like that. But I thought it was cute, and I was like, oh, and I was thinking, I need to collect all the bears. Well, Starbucks started doing the bear thing. I want to say 2009-ish, give or take. So I probably barely missed one or two before that, and I didn't buy another one since then. So, but because I think I saw it on their Instagram, they mentioned the bear thing. Anyways, I guess I should fair warning that this is just me rambling. So if you don't feel like listening to me just talk this morning, you could just skip this video. I understand. I just feel like just kind of rambling, talking before I actually have my therapy to ramble and talk. So, anyways, so this is what's going on with me today. So I am enjoying my caramel brulee, one shot, brie. And then I also have the last 2 pancakes, I pre-made pancakes like earlier this week. Like on Saturday or Sunday, I pre-made like 6 or 7 of those pancakes, and then I just put them in a container, and I put them in the fridge, and I put them in my refrigerator, and I have like 2 left this morning. So I decided, I'm going to go ahead and heat them up. And then, but I'm not going to use syrup because I don't want my stomach turning, and the caramel brulee is enough sugar already. So I'm just going to eat plain pancakes. But That's what I got right here. I know they don't look like, oh, delicious, but they actually are pretty good. They're just a basic old pancake mix. So I'm going to enjoy those here in a minute. I'm going to eat a couple bites before therapy starts. I can't eat too much before I start because then all my blood rushes to my digestive tract and I feel really lightheaded and I'm less likely to talk or I'm going to want to lay down. So I only eat a couple bites to get me through that hour and then I'll finish it up afterwards. I may reheat them back up and eat a little bit more and then yeah. And then typically I'd have an early lunch because I need some meat. So and I'll probably have lunch about 11:30ish, give or take. So anyways, so guys, have you ever heard of the app WhatNot? Okay, so WhatNot, I don't remember how I came across this app. I don't know if it was on Facebook and I just came across it and I am like, oh, I kind of like, you know, want to check out this app. I thought it was kind of weird because then I get on there and I'm on there for hours. WhatNot, think of it like this: it's like a garage sale, but it's virtual. A lot of people are reselling new stuff, or they buy the pallets or overstocks and buy pallets of not really returns, but like they could be returns, but of or merchandise that stores cannot put back, on the shelves, like Target, Amazon, things like that. People will buy those pallets, spend money, buy those pallets just in hope they can get their money back on this app, and they will sell it. And sometimes they'll start at anywhere from I've seen it started anywhere from $1 to $5. Now, WhatNot, the company itself, they do charge. So you get like if you're selling, they take 20%, 20 I think it's 20% for every dollar, and then they take 2.9% of every credit card transaction, which that's pretty much every card. But you can use, people can pay with PayPal, so they can avoid that. So that they also take, it's not 20%. I think it's 8%. I think it's 8%. It's something like that. They take a couple fees out of it. So actually, in the end, if something sells for $1, you're in the end by the time you minus everything, you're looking at probably making about 30-40 cents out of that dollar. So it's not a whole lot, but a lot of people use that to drive people into their shop. So if you have a lot of items to sell, perfect, start at $1. But if you don't have a whole lot of items to sell, honestly, start the bidding out close to $5 so you can make at least $2 to $3 an item versus making 40 cents. Because you'll probably sell the item better if you just did a regular garage sale than if you did it on this app. But you have a wider audience because you can ship all over the U.S. And WhatNot takes care of that. Actually, what you do is that whenever you sell, then they will send you I guess to your phone or to a computer or whatever it is, they will send you all the shipping labels that from every seller. That's what people write the numbers on there. So it's like bidding. You're bidding on these items, and they'll write your numbers. So like I bid on something, I'm number 427. That was the 427th during that show, during that however long they're on, that person's on. That's that item. It's the 427th item that was sold, and they will put a sticker on there, which will go in with they will match it with the sticker, and they'll check it off with the label, and then they'll just print it all out with you, so you'll have a receipt with the price and the show and everything, the name and everything on there, and then they'll have a label, and then people typically ship through the postal service because it's cheaper, and not only that, but typically WhatNot, the customer pays for the shipping, so and typically. But a lot of people that sell if you buy like 5 items, we'll give you free shipping. Or you buy 9 items, it's free shipping, or things like that. So you don't have, but you still have to pay taxes on the items. And so, yeah, you get that. And then it ships typically through the postal service. I think I went crazy on that app for Christmas because I mean, they sell everything from luxury premium brands like cosmetics and perfumes, colognes, and things like that, and shoes, um, and clothes and everything. But then they also sell, there's also people I support that are just like trying to clean out their closets. I have bought some used items, and when I got them, there was nothing wrong with them, and they didn't smell. And if they had a slight, closet smell but not bad, I would just throw it in my washer and just wash it real quick, and I'll be good. um, I think it's perfect because I know that I'm thinking, well, it's worth it because I only paid $3 for that shirt, when that shirt and that brand, if I bought it brand new, it'll cost me $40. So and who's gonna know when I'm wearing it? I could have been like, I've had this thing forever, who's gonna know that? No one's gonna know. So they're gonna only know what I tell them. And at my age, I don't care. I'm wearing Timu at the moment. Who cares? So, anyway, so I went crazy for them for summer. I mean, for Christmas, and I had boxes stacked up, and so, but I also bought items that I thought when I got them, I really was hoping, because the way it looked on camera, that it would fit my daughter or my husband or whatever it is. And I realized when I got them, and it was already, I waited too long to open up the boxes, so it was already past that refund part. I realized, man, I'm stuck. So I'm like, I had no choice. I've got to I got to do something. I want to get my money back. I don't want clothes that's not going to fit me or anybody else anytime soon, or if at all, sitting around. And I guess I could donate them, but I thought, well, I want to recuperate some of my money back. So I'm listing them on the marketplace and on Facebook. And I was thinking, as I was doing this, I'm thinking, you know what? I have so much stuff I could resell. And I thought, maybe I can get on this app. Well, one night they do they ask buyers, when they get on there, it says, how about you start your own show? Why don't, we support you? How about this? If you make your first, I think it's like 20 days or whatever, so you make your first $150 or whatever it is, we will match it. We'll give you $150 for using our app to sell. So it's almost like you get 100% profit and then some. So I'm thinking, man, but I don't think I have $150 worth of stuff to sell. But then you never know, because people go crazy on here. I've seen shows with, anywhere that's 50 to 300 people watching you sell an item. And you don't have to be on camera. You can just sell the item and talk about it. But yeah, it's crazy. And you don't have to be on there that long. You can be on there for an hour, 2 hours, and then be like, okay, I'm done. You know what I mean? Or you can be like, okay, check me out. I'll be back every Tuesday at 7 to 9, or something like that. You can do stuff like that. And I really have thought about doing it. And, but I really want to do like the pallets, because I have more stuff to sell. And possibly new stuff to sell. Because I'd hate to start a show, and then what if I do sell all of my stuff and then I have nothing to sell? I guess I could still have an account. I just don't. It's just going to be a while before be back on the show. I guess I have to wait to accumulate more stuff. I don't know. But I think it's an excellent platform, and I think and they do have returns. They do have refunds. They do, like, say if someone's selling you like something and you're like, and they didn't disclose that it was like ripped or it was a tear or a stain or something like that. They didn't tell you that. You have 14 days after you received it to tell them. So when you get it, you have 2 weeks to open it up, your box, and look at the item, and then you just go. Or I've had items that were damaged when I got it, and I contacted the seller and I said, hey, my thing has got broken. This is a luxury cosmetic item, and I paid almost $40 for this. I mean, I want my, what can I do? Can you send me another one? What's going on? They said, okay, since it was damaged, they said, just all you do is go to the WhatNot app or whatever it is, and just explain it, send the photo and show it to them, and basically WhatNot will refund you that money. But you can't do it that often because WhatNot doesn't want to be scammed. So you got to be very cautious and try to be. And a lot of shows don't allow you to cancel either. So if you buy an item, you can't cancel your item. So I've thought about it though, but because I'm thinking that's a kind of a fun, easy way, and I don't have to go anywhere. I don't have to worry about setting up things in the yard. I don't have to worry about watching anybody that's stealing stuff from me while it's in the yard. I don't have to worry about making signs, advertising I'm having a garage sale. I don't have to worry about permits. I can just get on here and just start selling. And yes, I'm gonna have to go to the post office, box it up, and mail it out, but that's minimal compared to all the work you had to put in a garage sale, and in hopes you're making some kind of money and hope that nobody scams you. So Whatnot kind of protects your buyers, but it also protects the sellers. And people kind of compare it to eBay, but it's not quite the same as eBay. eBay is a little harder. Um, Whatnot is very easy going, and so far in the community, I have found nothing but supportive people. And what happens is, like, if my show had ended and I'm finished, selling, and I have people still watching me and waiting for the next item to come up, I can easily say, okay, they call it a raid. So I can send everyone that's watching me over to somebody else's show. And then that other person has all these people watching them. And those people that got sent over will be like, they can either stay watching them and buy from them, or they can just leave and go to some other show, or they can just not get on the app anymore. But or and vice versa, people can send me a bunch of people too. It seems very supportive. There's so many people talked about, people typing that you can chat with other people too while you're watching. You don't have to buy anything. You can get on the app and just watch the items, and you can just chat with the people that are selling. You can chat with other people that are there just hanging out. It seems very welcoming, and I see no harm in it, really. I'm trying to figure out what is the harm in this. So I've had pretty good experiences as a buyer from them, and I've really contemplated selling. So that's something I got in the back of my head because I'm thinking I got some things that I put on the marketplace recently, like the other day, and I'm like, I could easily just list things and see if And what happens is that sometimes when you get on the app to buy, you end up, uh, what you end up doing is the thing pops up and asks you, hey, you're such a great buyer, why don't you sell? Why don't you try your hand at selling, make some money so you can spend more money and all this stuff, and I'm like. And I contemplated, and instead of clicking the X last night, I actually said, okay, let's go. And so it immediately started my timeline for that $150, challenge. And I'm like, oh no. So now what do I do? So am I going to forfeit that? Or am I going to just go and try and then see what, and just go and just dive into this? If I was going to do it, I really wasn't going to try to do it until probably around like after New Year's, but because the holidays are crazy and you're competing with other shows and you're just over here, you're one and only first ever show, and you're still learning things, and people are like crazy out there right now. So do I just dive in and hope for the best, like a seasonal employee that doesn't have really much experience, but they're here and they're willing to help and learn, and hope and try to survive through the season and then hope to get stayed on even after? Or do I ignore it and forfeit and not try until I'm ready to try? But will I ever be ready? I don't know. But anyways, I have so much on my plate because I'm thinking I want to do that, but I also want to finish reading this book because I don't feel like I'm going to do it justice by doing a video about this story if I don't finish the book. And this book is so dense. It's well written, but it's so like it's. I'm not saying it's boring because there are a couple of boring chapters in it and they're lengthy, and it's like telling me about somebody from that is not really part of the whole thing, not one of the main characters. So I'm kind of like, I don't care about this detective's background. It's a whole chapter, it's 20 pages talking about this detective's background and where he came from and grew up and whatever. I don't care about that. What I care about is the main characters, what's happening, and the point of views. That's what I care about. So I don't know, but so I'm like, I still gotta finish that book, and then I gotta start in on my storyboard. How am I gonna present this case to you guys and this story to you? And then I gotta worry about recording and then editing, and I still have to worry about all that. And I just added to my plate about this whole WhatNot app about reselling. I mean, let's don't even talk about, I had this stuff and I was planning on starting a candle business about a year or two, almost a year ago, 2 years ago. I got the stuff, I just haven't done anything with it. I was thinking about getting on Shopify and doing that. I have got so many projects I have started but don't, or I'm either wanting to start, I get ready there, and it's like, it's not that I don't want to, it's that I just haven't jumped I haven't jumped over the ledge to do it, so um, I think that's happened a lot in my life. But anyway, so speaking of, I'm going down this rabbit hole over here talking about me and my life. Maybe I need to go to therapy now. So um, let's see what time I have. Yeah, it's almost time for me to log in my therapy. So I'm gonna go ahead and end this video. I'm not getting, let me also put this out here though. I am not getting, if you made it to the end, I'm not getting paid through WhatNot. I'm not advertising for WhatNot. I am just merely saying my experience with it so far. And I think it's a great app. If you're on there, great. If you're not on there, then maybe you should check it out. It's a free app, so you're not obligated to buy anything. You are able to use other sources besides a credit card to purchase. You can use, I typically like to use PayPal because if something happens, or there's a hack or whatever it is, I at least used a third party to pay for it. So, if they hacked WhatNot, they would have to, in order to get most of my information, they'd have to go through PayPal and then to get my information versus my credit card. But you can use either one, and there's no fees to purchase except for whatever the seller wants to charge, which is typically, I've never seen any shipping fees. I've seen shipping fees be as high as $20-30, but that's only because they're selling furniture. But typically most of the time it's no more than $9.21 is usually the magic number for most sellers on here. So, and then of course your regular taxes. So but I've never had a problem with receiving items, and if I did, I know it was solved almost immediately and no hassle. And a lot of the sellers, they're not like, oh, there are there's a lot aggressive, but there's some that are not that aggressive. So you may have pretty good luck with it. But anyways, guys, so check them out. Maybe, who knows, you may see me on there. If I get on there, I may, after I do my first show, then I may go ahead and let you guys know what my show name is, because I haven't decided yet. I mean, would it be wise to use my YouTube name? I mean, and then advertise my YouTube. I can put it on a board behind me, and then maybe I can get more traffic. Who knows? But anyways, yeah. So, retail therapy, guys. So I just wanted to say, good morning. Now that I warmed up my voice for the last half hour, rambling on. I talked about my meds. I talked about pancakes. I talked about the WhatNot app and shopping and ideas and thoughts. So, yeah. I apologize if my voice seems really low. You may have to turn up the volume for this video because the way I'm talking, but this is me normal, and I'm not normally, when I do talk, I would talk louder, so you guys would, the volume be better, because I'm just talking straight into my phone and not using a mic. So I apologize for if the volume seems low. But with that, guys, everything being said, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of the week and the rest of the day. And I guess that's it. So thanks for watching. Thanks for making it to the end. And I'm sorry if I seem to be rambling, but hey, why not? You're like my friends. I'm just calling you up saying, hey, what's up? So I guess I will talk to you guys later, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.